Good morning. Today we want to show you how powerful is Marketing Multichannel in Web CRM One 2.0. You will see that is a perfect tool for marketing team. We can imagine this situation. We want to communicate to some customer that we are going to visit them. So we want to communicate in this case to these 5 customers that we want to go to their office. So we click on this icon and we go to multi-messaging. We can choose the type of the communication. You see that we can choose also about LinkedIn or Twitter or SMS, but we will speak about this in next chapter. Now we choose the email. There we can choose the channel, in this case email. We can also decide the title of the message. It's important to remind that the title of the message is not the object, but is a name of the message so that we can, after sending, make some analysis. Of course, we can decide to send this email only to authorized addresses, to include images into mail, and to enable tracking action. That is the most important thing. Of course, we can also decide what kind of activity we want to create. We can create a linked email, a template, or we can decide to don't create an activity. After, we will show to you what does it mean. There, of course, we can decide the name from who we want to send this email. Of course, the email address from who we want to send this email. We can decide the reply mail. Of course, the bounced mail for wrong email addresses, for example. And then, of course, the object. About the object of the email, it's important to say that we can also customize the object of the email, and this is very important. Of course, if we want, we can also put some attachment to this email, and then let's speak about the text. First of all, if we want, we can write directly there, but we can also select a template that, for example, a web designer has prepared for us and that we have saved previously. Of course, we select the template, and you can see that also the message can be customized using the name of the customer to who we are sending the message. Of course, we can have a preview before going on, and it's important to put your attention to these 2 links, to video and to confirma, that is, confirm. Now we can go on clicking on next. There we can see the recipient, that are the 5 customers that we find before. If we are not sure about the recipient, we can click in on the pencil and we can see the email address and the recipient. We can also make some research if, for example, the number is so high. And if we see that something is not correct, for example, the email address, we can click another time on the pencil and we can go into the business partner master data. That, just to remind you, is the same master data of SAP Business One. So if we make some edit there, it's like we make it on SAP Business One. Then we come back, and if everything is okay, we can go on. We can also decide to add a new element, so add one recipient. For example, if we forgot to put one recipient, we can choose from there, or we can also decide to add a list, so to add a filter of person that we make previously. We add list and we can also send it to them. So we can decide the recipient before and after creating the message. Then we can click on next. You see that you have three options. You can save the email as draft if we want to make some test. You can send the email immediately, or you can schedule the delivery. You can decide the day and of course the time when you want to send the email. This is very important. This is very important, of course, because if you want to send an email in a time that you are not at the office, you can, of course, schedule it. We see that the email arrived to the customer. This is exactly the mail that we sent before. You can see that is the same. And then we want to put your attention to the link that we talked about before. First of all, conferma, that in Italian means confirm, it's about a survey. This is a survey that it means, do you want to participate? I accept, I refuse, maybe. We can answer to this survey and we can send the answer directly from the email. Of course, we can also make another activity using the email that arrived to the customer. So about the other link, the link video. We put a video into the email and the customer can see the video simply clicking on the link that you see before. This is important for the analysis of the email that now we are going to make. Now let's see what is happened and what happened in our Web CRM One 2.0. So we are into the customer universe where we set super queries on email sent, and now we can see the result of the email that we sent before. There, first of all, we can check and we can find the email with the name that we write before writing the email. And then we search. This is the email, and these are the 5 recipients to who we have sent the email. Now we can make a lot of analysis. For example, we can see who opened the message and who don't. In this case, only one customer has opened the message. Or we can see who say to the survey, yes, I accept. Also in this case, it's one. We can also say who say maybe. We can say who say I refuse. We can also see who see the video or who put the email in the calendar. And of course, we can make all the analysis that we want. This is only an example. We can also decide to see who opened the mail in our city or who opened the mail in the first 30 minutes, and so on. We can make all the analysis that we want thanks to the super query technology. This is a tool so useful for marketing team that seeing the result of the email can make other marketing strategy and can understand better if the message was good or not, and so on. Of course, we can also directly from the result make massive activity on the result that we obtain step by step. Or we can also decide to make other marketing activity to the results. For example, we can decide to make a LinkedIn message only to the customer that have opened the email, and so on. It's a workflow, an infinite workflow of result obtained step by step, and we can make all the analysis that we want, and we can also make massive activity on the result obtained step by step.